So I'm Kevin Pasco, and today we're going to be talking about SMT or surface mount technology. So here we have our modern electronic devices, our smartwatch, a VR headset, a smart TV, some foldable electronic device, a smartphone, and a laptop. And here we have some early electronic devices like a basic calculator, a VCR, an old phonograph, an old cell phone, or the server, it's like more like a very old computer that took up a lot of space, and a rear projection TV. So how did we get from these early devices to these modern day devices? And the answer lies in SMT or surface mount technology. So I have 18 years of experience working in the electronics field, and I've seen firsthand how SMT has transformed bare circuit boards into fully functioning circuit boards. So in this speech, we're going to cover what SMT is, the influence of SMT on different industries, and the future of SMT technology. So, what is SMT? It's the process of how components are placed on the circuit card, and they're placed on the surface, hence surface mount technology. Before SMT, we had what was called through-hole technology, and that involved components where the leads would come out the sides of the components and they would go through the board and then get soldered in place. That was not very efficient. A lot of times it took up a lot of space. It also took longer, so it wasn't very cost effective. And so with surface mount technology, they were able to fit a lot more components in a smaller package. So with through-hole technology on your cell phone, for instance, you can have over 1 billion different transistors on the processor of your cell phone, and
through
each
SMT?
of those, yes, through SMT, and each of those parts are smaller than a human hair. So with SMT technology, these machines can place over 100,000 parts per hour, and also can place these with microscopic precision. And a lot of these parts are also no bigger than a grain of sand, so it can place all these parts very accurately on the board. So how has SMT technology revolutionized different industries? The most visible things you can see in your life are with smartphones, your smart TVs, and your smart watches. Without SMT technology, your phones would still look like this one from the 80s. In the healthcare industry, with pacemakers, they used to involve invasive surgery because we didn't have SMT technology. Now with SMT technology, it's a lot less risky to perform the surgery. Also with SMT technology is these glucose testing for people that have diabetics. They can now check it right on their phone instead of having to prick your finger every day. It's a lot less painful now because of SMT technology. Also, with your wearable technology, like fitness trackers, you can now track your oxygen level. You can track your steps and how good of sleep you're getting. Also in the gaming industry, now with the gaming industry, because of SMT technology, the load times will be quicker in your games. Your graphics will be a lot better. It's also making that a lot better and efficient. Also in the AI industry, it's making AI work more efficiently by they're trying to come up with different ways to reduce the electricity that it utilizes to make it more efficient and to make it quicker. So now for the future of SMT. We talked about earlier about flexible electronics. That's one of the newer things that SMT is revolutionizing, where it can print parts that are on a flexible circuit board instead of something that's flat. Also, with 5G networks, since all of our devices are getting faster and smaller, we want to, our networks and infrastructure need to be upgraded with SMT to keep up with the other technologies, so that we can, your phone still needs a network to operate quickly. If it doesn't have a good network, then it'll just be slow, like before. Also our quantum processors, these are a new technology that kind of work like a human brain, and it's supposed to improve the speeds of devices with SMT a lot. So that's the future of SMT. So now we've understood like what SMT is and how SMT has revolutionized different industries, and also the future of SMT. So next time you hold your phone or watch your smart TV or mess around with your watch, just think what is behind SMT technology, and it's the invisible innovation like that's behind like most everyday devices that we use, and it's how people connect and all that. So I have a little video in closing of a SMT machine that is picking and placing components onto a circuit board that's being worked on here. So, and it's taking the parts off of these reels and it's placing them on the circuit card to the right there. And as you can see, it's placing it with such precision and speed. Yeah. So this just kind of shows how quickly and how efficient it can make a circuit board nowadays compared to like a long time ago. So with that said, this concludes my informational speech on SMT technology. I hope everybody learned something today.